Hi everyone, we're back, yeah, I am back with some more Unloved for you. Okay, this part. Well, recently, just to give you a little information of what's up, I was working on my new project, a new side-scrolling RPG game, and well, there's a bug with the new Windows 7 Service Pack, and I can use my gamepad, but it has a delay now, and I need someone to fix this shit. So, whoa, I was contacting developers of those gamepad extensions for my program and stuff like that, and that's preventing me from working on it, so I thought let's do another video. Whoa. Okay, this is one of the hardest fights, I think, in this map set. As you can see, the beginning is best to make with the rocket launcher, following with the plasma rifle, because those both weapons do the most damage. Die, you shit. I don't like you. Pain elementals, always a pain. Let's save this bitch. Okay, and of course I have more questions from you guys, but it's hard to talk when there's so much shit around me. And yeah, actually I have two projects at the same time that I'm working on. When I'm not working on Unloved 2, I'm working on a side-scrolling game. And it's kind of depending what mood I am in currently, so when I'm in a good mood I work on the side-scroller, whoa, and when I feel like torturing players I work on Unloved 2, die. Those skulls are the bane of my existence. Pain elemental, no! Whoa. Okay, I'm doing okay, I think. Oh, no. Ah! Okay, that's not too good. Okay. Another thing you can do, by the way, is just leave this shitty area and just let the monsters fight themselves. And by the way, I really like this look of this room. I don't know why. It's the colors, I think. Ouch! Hey! You stop that. Behave like a normal monster. Okay. Pain elemental. You're ugly. Go away. Okay, I think this is a good time to read the first question. It's from Joan Michel, and he or she is asking if I am aware or do I know the SCP work. And I was curious because Hippocat mentioned it in some of his video. I think it was the last video of Unloved. And I was curious and watched it, but I don't know. It looked to me like some very amateur website from some students or something, I don't know. And it didn't really scare me. There were some interesting ideas, I think, but overall, I don't know if that's... I don't know. Whoa, I'm not too into this project, I guess. Maybe some projects are very some numbers. I don't know what the cases or files are interesting, but I haven't read too many of them, and those who I read were pretty, I don't know, pretty amateur, I think. That's my personal, well, the databus. I like the data bus. He's kind of the fucked up version from the Mancubus. And I think the Mancubus is already the most fucked up enemy in Doom. So basically this is the most fucked up you can get, I guess. Damn you! I wanted to save, man. Let me save. Don't be such a... I don't know. Asshole. Okay. That was easy. Whoa. Mr. Revenant, stop that. This is not part of the... of normal behavior. Let's go to the next question. It's from what? Chasm Gasm? Or something, I don't know. And he's asking, where did I find the music? And I have to say, the music, I already had most of the music. Whenever there's some very good movie, I always get the soundtrack, because I really like, when I work on some stuff like Unloved or whatever game I'm working on, I really like to listen to music in the same time. So I'm always looking for cool music to listen to, and music that's getting me in the mood, in the right mood. So, for example, when I was watching the movie The Devil's Rejects, which is one of my favorite movies of all time, I guess, of course I had to get the soundtrack, and damn you. So yeah, the music, well, it was already there. And when I was starting working on Unloved, I was researching a lot of music. I was basically going to YouTube and looking for keywords like isolation or industrial or dark ambience, stuff like that. And yeah, over the time, or something like you can watch clips of abandoned hospitals or asylums or something, where people like show pictures and there's always some awesome music in the background. And yeah, basically I used this as a reference of where to find music and what artists I should look for. Go away, Mr. Revenant. You're ugly. Yeah, that was... See? I have awesome skills. That was totally intentional. To just show off my extreme dodging skills. I wish I had some rockets. By the way, this is a very cheap tactic if you're smart, and obviously I'm not. Come on now, it's getting boring. Die. Ha! See? My uber skills. Whoa. I don't know, it's kind of funny to say Uber as a German, because I imagine that Uber is a word forged by the English people from the word über, which is a German word and means something like over the top or something. Let's go here, kill stuff. This is, by the way, the nursery room. Well, that's how I intended it. At first, when I was starting working on this area, I looked up a lot of actual building plans from churches. So this is the study room, and this is the nursery room. And yeah, I tried to, because in real life I almost never go to a church, so I had to look up how this place would look like. And I kind of like this researching of places and then actually building something in Doom that resembles something like that. So this is maybe some church that you can find anywhere in this world, I don't know, but this church is actually made after an original plan. And yeah, I have stuff like this too in Unloved 2, and I'm very excited to release something, to release it so that you can experience it, because I think it's pretty awesome what I've remodeled in Unloved 2. Whoa! Go away! I don't want to be your friend anymore. By the way, see, this is a dick. I don't know why, but every time I see this, it's looking like a dick to me. I'm not into dicks, if you think that, but I didn't want it to change it. Or, well, I wanted to change it, but I forgot about it, so... And then I didn't care. Who cares? Okay, I have a lot of plasma rifle gun ammo. Let's go to the next question, which is from Hippocat, and he's asking... after deciding what I wanted to do... basically his question is, when I decided what I wanted to do with Doom, how did I start making the map? Did I just open Doom Builder and just go as I invent it as I go, or did I plan stuff out or stuff like that? And I have to say both. Basically, when I map, I make a room and maybe 2 rooms at max, never more. And then I go in real Doom and run around a bit and look how the lighting looks like, and I imagine how the room should look like in the end. So I think that maybe there should be benches, and maybe there should be candelabras, candles, and yeah, there should be some imprisoned dudes in the walls and stuff like that. And so at first I run around an empty room, and I think in this particular case, at first I made those areas, those high areas. I thought that there should be something on top. Then I made the bloody river that should be like a red carpet in most churches, or I imagine in some churches there is a carpet in the middle. I don't know. And yeah, from that I went on doing the walls, doing the windows, because I already had this planned, this place planned out. Yeah, doing the windows and those rooms and stuff like that. Yeah, so basically at first I just draw a map, very basic, and then I go inside Doom and just go how I feel about the place. He has a second question. But first I'm trying to survive this. Yeah, basically, by the way, you can just win this by standing here, because the monsters will infight and you can just watch them. That's because, yeah, that's why I made this place with windows. Yeah, his second question is how I made the non-linearity of Unloved 2, if that was difficult, and how did I invent the logic. And that was a bit more difficult. At first I made the basement map, and then you were teleported into a real house in the end. And that was my initial start. And then I thought that this house is kind of a cool idea to have a hub. So then I decided to make a hub, and the house should be the main hub base. Well, the main hub area. And so I changed the entrance around so that the house was the first map you see. And then I kind of went from there. So basically, at some point I got confused myself of how and when and why the player should visit other maps. And I had the idea after making the house that you should go into several areas more than one time. And that's when when I started drawing stuff out. I just took notepad or something and just thought about I thought about a difficulty curve first. So I wanted the player to have the basement, for example, is one of the easiest and one of the hardest maps in the map set. So I tried to make areas dead. Okay, now I'm dead. I wanted to have the player visit areas in the easy part and in the hard part. So yeah, that's how I kind of thought about this. That's my... Go away, you bitch! Damn. Whoa. And when I was testing this, I didn't use mouse look, and those two arch routes were a pain in the ass to kill. Because the auto aim always hits the ground in front of you and you die. And I really like this enemy. And yeah, by the way, the archwright can't kill you even if the fire is on top of you. I've tested this shit. I'm not entirely sure if the small dude can come in here. I think he can. Now they're infighting. Let's go to the next question. It's from Impromptu Leapfrog. Oh man, your names, guys. His question is, why did I use non-Doom monsters, and did I use them because of the variety, or what's the reason behind it? And basically, I really like the monsters from Hexen and Heretic. Like those dudes. I really like them. And I've played a lot of Doom maps from other people, and a lot of people use those monsters in their maps. And I always liked them. So when I decided to make monsters for Doom, the first thing I decided was that I wanted to use custom monsters as well. So I figured out how to use them, and then I started thinking about areas where those guys would fit best. This is how this church, by the way... Oh well, there's a lot of areas in the map where some religious stuff is thrown in from Hexen or Heretic. Yeah, but first I looked through all the monsters and decided which ones I wanted to use, because I still wanted to have the monsters all have the same... is he dead? No, where is he? Uh-oh. I wanted to have the monsters the same quality and the same look, a similar look. So I had to cut some monsters out that I wanted to use, but in the end they just looked off. I don't know. For example, some Duke Nukem monsters or something, they just don't look right. You're a noob! Die! You can't hurt me. This is kind of funny to have this enemy in a I don't know, when I play Hexen I always choose the fighter, so when I have long-range weapons against him he's kind of a pushover, I think. In my playtesting, I almost always killed him with shotgun, because he's such a pushover. His attacks are not really hard to avoid, so I don't know. See? So you kill him and then this part gets up. And yeah, I saw a video from Percusio, I think he did it, where he just jumped across it, and I must say I haven't tested it too much. I just looked at the gap and thought, nobody's crazy enough to jump across it. But actually, as you can see, oh shit, it's kind of possible, so I don't care. This area was kind of hard to make because I had no idea where to go from this church. This church was kind of the ultimate show-off between Cyberdemon and the Harry Sark, or whatever his name is, and I just thought that, I just want some area where's peace, and this area is pretty fucked up, I think. And dark. And by the way, oh, I fixed it, cool. There was a bug in the Z-Doom engine where this upper ceiling scrolled, and I have no idea why. It looked really ridiculous, and yeah, this is a 3D floor, and I don't know why, but this ceiling, whatever. Oh my god, it's closed now, and the bars are lowering. I have one last question from Agent Bromsnore. He's asking why I... he has a follow-up question. His last question was about the models, the animation. I said the animations were shit, and that's why I didn't use them. So his follow-up question, and by the way, yeah, there's a secret as well. And also, there's another secret I have to show before the house is closing up entirely. Before I forget it. Here. See? Yes, chain gun. I will not take it. Okay, where was I? Alright. Last area. And this is, yeah. I really like stuff like this. This is so, you know, it's... You can imagine, like, who in the world would build such a shitty corridor? And it's really fucked up if you think about it. So don't. Okay, last question. Agent Bromsnore asking, well, I didn't use 3D models because of the animation, but what do I think about using static models in Doom, like in the recent Half-Life 2, Half-Life 1 custom version for Doom? I think it doesn't fit. I don't know. When I think about Doom, I don't imagine 3D models at all. I think about very basic geometry and very basic stuff, and I don't know, 3D models, they don't fit. The only thing that I used were tables or something, which were modeled basically by making 3D floors. And I don't know, I think it's kind of like in Minecraft. I don't know, if there was an enemy from Half-Life 2 maybe in Minecraft, you would say, this isn't right, man, just don't do it. And that's the same I feel about models in Doom. People can use it how much they want, but it's not my thing. Okay, and I think you all want to know where this elevator leads. Hippocat and others already know, but I will leave this open for the next part. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any more questions, I'm very happy to answer all of that. Yeah, that's it. And thank you and good night.